Hey free-to-play gang, welcome back to another video. We are going to do more R6 showcases, and this is going to be the first non-legendary R6 showcase for this entire series. So we are going to be talking about Laura. Now the reason why I want to talk about Laura is because, well, firstly, she's a very niche Esper. She's extremely niche. A lot of players are not very sure where they can use Laura, so I think it's no. So hopefully this video gives you guys an idea of how good she potentially can be. But of course, do take note that the rate of getting an epic shimmer is actually lower than the rate of getting a legendary non-shimmer. So epic shimmers are actually extremely rare, so it's quite difficult for you to get a full R6 copy of Laura. But you know, if you're getting towards an R6 right now, then this video could help you out a lot. Or maybe you're just curious about how good this particular Esper is, and I can guarantee you that she is really good in PvP right now. So let's go through her entire kit before we start off with the content. So first skill, she has Shield Assault. Attacks one enemy, the damage is 20% of her attack plus 5% of her max HP, which is not much. I'm not sure why I have speech issues again. 70% chance of inflicting silence for one turn. Now this is Laura's AP plus 30%. I think this is one of her resonances. It's not her base kit. Next up, we have a passive here, Shield Guardian. After allies act, you then grant them a shield for one turn. To take note that just like Unas and just like Ollie, for example, she needs to not be controlled in order for her to buff your ally whenever they take a turn. So if she gets stunned, that's it. She's not going to buff your allies when they take a turn. Now the shield strength is 10% of her max HP, which is pretty damn good, but there is a catch to it. Now when an ally shield is destroyed or dispelled, 50% chance of counter-attacking and triggers one time per turn. Now the catch to the first part is that her base HP is extremely low, 13,700 HP. It's really quite low for an Esper that requires a lot of HP in order to excel. And now finally, for her third skill, we have Iron Wall, grants all allies crit resist and shield for 2 turns. Now the shield strength is 20% of her max HP. And if an ally already has shield, the shield strength is further increased by 25%. So this obviously synergizes really well with her kit. And the final shield strength increases by 10%. I think this is probably like her R1 or something. Now she has a defense captain lead for some reason, which is completely useless. Do not even use this at all. Now let's move on with her Ascensions and then her resonances. So she starts off with 70 flat defense, she has 950 flat HP. So some of you guys say that, you know, flat attack and flat HP is the basic for every Esper. This is not true. Depending on whatever Esper they're talking about, they could have flat defense, they could have flat HP, they could have flat attack, or any of these two combinations. Then next we have 10% defense, which is completely garbage. We have 7 speed, which is okay, it's actually not that bad. And we have 20% HP. And I do feel like this defense percentage should have been replaced with resistance, and then she'll be a lot stronger because she needs to not be stunned, which is the key thing about her kit. As long as she's stunned, you can more or less say goodbye to all of your shields. And we're going to end off with her resonances. So R1, like I said, increases the final shield strength of her third skill. I'm not sure does this just pertain to her third skill or is it all of her shields, but it is just increased by 10%, which is not bad. Her R2, when her own HP is below 40%, healing received and shield strength plus 12%, which is really good. So when her HP is low, she's actually better in terms of applying shields to your allies, and I just realized that her display art over here is very nice. Now R4, when granting shield strength plus 25%. This is insane. Like her entire kit is just all about increasing the efficacy of your shields. And of course, finally, R6, Shield Assault, Laura's AP plus 30%, and this is her S1. Now, the reason why this is so good is because whenever, let's take a look at her passive again, right? So whenever an ally shield is destroyed, she has a chance of counter-attacking with her first skill. So by counter-attacking, she actually increases her AP by 30% at R6, which means that she actually takes a lot of turns whenever, you know, your ally shield just get disrupted or destroyed, right? And of course, when she takes more turns, she has a better chance of applying the Iron Wall again, which is insane. Now, in terms of her equipment, there is something missing in my kit, and if you can spot it, then kudos to you. So the general way that you want to build her is to have a lot of HP. So that's what I'm trying to do here by giving her as much HP as possible. Obviously, there's a lot of room for improvement here, but this is mostly because of her low base HP. So it's a lot easier for you to, you know, have the same stats. If let's say you put all of these equipment onto another one, like maybe Cecilia, for example, or Clara, or maybe even Ahmed, it's going to be a lot easier for you to get, like, you know, plus 70,000 HP. Aside from that, it's probably a little bit important for you to have more speed, but the main missing component in my kit is actually the resistance. So she definitely needs to have maybe at least, right, 100% resistance. There's no reason why you should be below 100%. She needs to resist all the incoming stuns. So in terms of stats, it's actually not that difficult for you to build her. She just needs HP, she just needs resistance, and a little bit of speed. That's about it. Now in terms of equipment, she is going to do very well with the Ocean Avatar set in PvP. Now the reason why Ocean is so good is because obviously she gets her third skill up more frequently, and that allows you to buff your allies a lot more often. As for the Avatar set, is whenever you counter attack, you actually increase your AP by 30%, which is very similar to Jin Yu Yao and very similar to, let's say, Louis or maybe even Anki Chai. They all increase their own AP whenever they use their first skill, even in the counter attack, right? But of course, the main reason why I think she's so good for PvP is because shield effects do not actually deplete over time. Healing effects will still deplete, but that is not true for shields. So I think the way that I want to do this video is to just give you guys an idea of what the end part of fights tend to look like, which is when the healing just goes down to 0, and that's where she actually becomes a lot more effective, and she actually has the potential to carry your entire team on her shoulders literally, right? Okay, so we're gonna do some runs. I'm currently at 0.117, so we're actually gonna do this until I'm like somewhere about like top 60 or something like that. Not sure how much time you have for this video anyway. Okay, so first target, Angel Peace. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna run a team like this, and we're just gonna quick battle, skip it, see the score, see the damage distribution, the support distribution, and then maybe get into the little details about the fight. Okay, so we won the first fight, very nice. Thankfully, if not, I have to redo this entire video again. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, as you can see, what the heck? 1.4 million protection. 1.4 million. Ahmed, on the other hand, 54,000. This is just the tip of the iceberg, by the way. So I want you guys to notice what's happening over here. Whenever one of our allies take a turn, they will actually get the shield effect, which protects them for a little bit. So that actually protects them by 10% of Laura's max HP, which is about 100,000 with the PvP HP boost. And of course, she just used her third skill, which gave us a much thicker shield. But the thing is, shields do not actually stack. So when she reapplies shields, that's not going to stack shields on top of shields. It's just going to replenish and just basically drop a brand new shield, that's it. So whenever one of our allies take a turn, they gain a shield worth about 10,000 HP, including Ahmed's leader ability as well, which is 30% base HP. It's a lot of shield, and the most important part is when the healing actually dips down to 0. That's where you cannot heal anymore, but you can still apply shields. Okay, she's gonna revive. Is the Changji gonna kill us, right? No, I think the Changji got reset by the Nusi. Oh, GG. Okay, so I think now the healing is reduced to close to 0. Okay, now we are at 0. Okay, perfect. So what you're gonna witness is that even if we lose HP, it's still fine because we can shoot ourselves again. Like maybe when the enemy Everett takes a turn, right? Okay, see that? Almost removed our shield, but did not remove our shield. So we are pretty much guaranteed going to win because as long as the Everett cannot break our shield, our HP is just not going to go below what our current HP is. And I think that's about it. We completely swept this fight. We didn't even lose any HP, I think. I mean, we did lose some HP at the start, but that amounted to nothing because the shield actually allows us to continue topping our HP up further with Ahmed's healing, so that when we eventually start to lose shields, for example, right, if their damage actually becomes so powerful, then we still have a full HP bar to tank everything. Okay, so now the Cecilia revived everything here. We're gonna reset everything, right? You're gonna clear, yep. Oh, we finally lost some HP on Ahmed. And that's about it. That's how good Laura is. Okay, let's see. Next fight, we have the... shit.
No.
Shit. Oh, I mean, of course we would have won. 1.1 million protection. So it's not as much as 1.4 because that fight actually lasted quite long. That previous fight took us about like 6 minutes or something. It was quite crazy. Okay, anyway, let's take a look at how we beat Dana in this particular fight. So he start first with the reset, right? Reset our cooldowns. We're probably not going to be able to drop our third skill. But considering that his entire team is based on a lot of healing, he has an Ahmed, he has Sally, he has Jin Yu Yao for some small healing. I do feel like we kind of outlived their team because I'm pretty sure his height has Nether as well. So I'm pretty sure that we sort of outlived his team and we just beat him just because his healing went down to 0, I think. Okay, so not much has happened for like the past 2 or 3 minutes. It's kind of like a stalemate, and yes, we did get frozen, which is a bad thing, so whenever we take a turn, we're not going to get shield, right, like I talked about. But because of Jin Yu Yao, we're able to get rid of the freezing effect, which is very important. I think one way that we can improve our team is obviously to have immunity buff as well. It's not going to matter so much for this fight because they have a Nusi, or I think like for most... I think for like most fights, most players have like Trickies and Nusis, right, at least in 0.118, so... might not be so important to have immunity. But okay, so right now we have like completely no healing whatsoever. So I feel like the main thing for us is just abusing the Laura shields. And I think that's how we win. So whenever we make a move, we gain a thick shield. Very nice, right? More shields. And whenever they attack us, it's probably not going to amount to too much. Oh, wow, I lied. Oh, we actually almost died, dude. we clearly almost lost this fight. Now, aside from their height, there is not much DPS coming from them, so it's only the height that's capable of removing the shields on us, which is probably going to be down to sheer luck. So if the height counterattacks a lot, then we lose. If not, we win. Okay, we tiered up. Yes. Okay, just a little bit more to go. I'm gonna skip some. Okay, you know what? We haven't actually fought against a speed cleave, so let's see how we fare against a speed cleave with a Nusi as well. And we won, so it's not surprising in my opinion. So the thing is, yeah, this fight probably lasted really short because we only supported for like 566,000. So the thing is, if they are not able to cleave me in the first turn, right? So something like this, I'm just letting them hit me right now. If they're not able to cleave, which they're not going to be able to do so because they reset my Everett. So the Nusi resetting my Everett means my team has 20% damage mitigation, which is insane. Look at that, 20% damage mitigation. Oh wow. 10,000 heal pops. And now we have Fizz is typing, one of the top players in point 1 right now. So skip this fight. Okay, so his hybrid defense was not even able to control us. So the thing is, what I was looking for is he has a Palmy and a Pritzker, right? So he's obviously heavy on control, but yet my team's weakness is probably like a lot of AoE controls. Oh, I think it's because we reset. Wait, how? I say that. Wait, what? His Palmy. Wait, even with his speed lead, they are slower than my Nusi. What? Okay, we have some interesting fights here. We have Remo. Okay, I'm gonna quick battle. How's it gonna go? I really hate fighting Sally Everett teams, by the way. They are very strong. Oh my god, I can't believe we won. So what? 2 million protection? What? What even in the hell? Okay, and then we have Scardini here with a full control team, except that he has a height. So the height is there for like the backup plan. The rest of his team is just to stall as much as possible, and eventually when they die, that's when the height gets stronger. So I think that's gonna be like the general idea behind his comp at least. So we're gonna quick battle this, see how's it gonna be? We won again, nice. And 600,000 protection, which means this fight probably lasted for not that long. Okay, I said we are gonna get to like, you know, at least top 60, right? So I'm just gonna refill a little bit. Quick battle. This is gonna be one of those typical tanky comps, which I think we should be okay. Yeah, I think we have faced much harder opponents in this video itself. And Angel Hanma with a very powerful speed cleave. Let's take a look at this. We actually lost. Okay, we actually lost this time around. Let's take a look at how we lost. So I think it's gonna be the reset. Wait, how? Wow, I have no idea how they won. We even healed, right? We even healed and they still won. Wow, that's a painful ass Leora. Okay, so the standoff definitely came in clutch for them, right? The 2-turn of standoff on the Ashley over there. Okay, clearly the Leora is going OP. The Leora is freaking crazy. Let's actually just do this again. Let's skip this again. I think if they didn't kill my Nusi in the first hit, right? Or in like, you know, so early on, we actually might have still stood a chance. Yep, and there we go, we won. Let's see why we won this time around. Can I just say that I like the fact that my Nusi, after she's being reset, she would actually reset the cooldown of Laura, which I think is probably like the most important aspect to reset right now. Because after the Nusi just resets the cooldown of my entire team, none of the aspects on my lineup really needs the reset urgently, right? So it's probably only the Laura. But that is of course not based on RNG. That is actually based on AP amount. And okay, so I think it's because we killed the Leora, that's how we won. If not, wow, his team is actually really strong. 100% because our Nusi survived, and therefore we are able to reset their team. We don't really need a Jinyu Yao here because they don't really have a lot of control, so it's a good thing that they killed off our Jinyu at the start, so yeah. Alright, so there you go, that's it for this video. I hope you guys learned a thing or two about Laura and how good she can be in PvP, because I feel like, you know, point 1 is not really the only place that she would shine. So there are other areas like Knockout, for example. She is insane in Knockout, because the thing is, even if you use her in your first team and going into, you know, the second fight itself, she is still able to retain all the healing capacity. So it's like having a healer that can heal perpetually in fights, right? So the healing is never ever going to go away. It's always going to just keep adding on extra protective layers onto your team. And I truly enjoy using her in PvP right now. Like, she has been a massive boon for me. And as you can see, just me talking randomly and fighting random fights, we are still able to do pretty well as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's content. If you did, don't forget to thumbs up. It really helps the channel, and subscribe for more Dislyte content. Now with that said, this has been Derry Free to Play, and as always, I will see you in the next video.